Yesterday. Let us implement two data-driven test cases first. Check admin login with valid inputs, check admin login with invalid inputs. In fact, yesterday, finally, I have created some data also. Some sample data also created. Why we are maintaining two sheets? Generally, you assume maybe valid username, valid password, valid username, wrong password, everything we put in one sheet. But what I did yesterday, I inserted two sheets. One sheet to maintain only valid data, one sheet to maintain invalid data. Why I maintain two sheets? For all valid inputs available in one sheet, the expected behavior admin module to be displayed. Any data available in the sheet 1, it is expected admin module to be displayed. Any input available in the second sheet, expected error message. For that reason, we are maintaining two sheets. In fact, in manual testing also, we are not going to write one test case to cover valid data and also invalid data. We separate two test cases. One test case separately to check valid inputs because expected behavior of the system is different. Other test case to verify admin login with invalid inputs because the expected behavior of the system is different. So same way, here we create two independent test cases. Finally, we group two test cases into one suite. So let us implement this data-driven framework today.
Given, sir.
Right. What happened suddenly? Hello. 1 second. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Okay, sir.
Right. Yesterday, first I created one Java project. Yesterday, I created a project with the name RNHRM Data-Driven Testing. And I have associated the Selenium, TestNG, and Apache Py libraries to the Java project. Selenium to interact with the browser, web application. TestNG to implement assertions, annotations, creating a suite. The Apache Py to work with Microsoft Excel files. So whatever the libraries required for the Java, Selenium, TestNG, Apache Py were associated. Then we created one package with the name called utils. App utils and Excel utils are available in the utils package. Already while implementing modularity framework, we have implemented some library page classes, all library page classes with corresponding functions available. Today we focus on creating test cases. And in order to access the data from Excel file, yesterday I created the folder data files, test data files, and here we have the data. I created some sample data yesterday, some valid username, valid passwords, the combination of invalid username and invalid passwords. Where is the data available? The file name testdata.xlsx. It is available inside a folder called test data files. So let us implement the first test case, check admin login with valid inputs using the data present in the first sheet of the Excel file. The name of the test case, admin login test with valid data. Here I am going to create a test method. This I'll configure using @test annotation. This class extends app utils. The launch application I'm configuring with before the test. The close application I'm configuring with after the test. In order to run the test case on the Chrome browser, you need the Chrome driver.exe. I'm copying the Chrome driver.exe into the project. The Chrome driver.exe file also copied here. When I run this test case now, first before test will run, then after test will run. There is no code inside the test method. Before test, launch application, after test, close application. Before and after test were executed. Here you have to concentrate on the logic for executing the test case with valid data present in the sheet, Excel sheet. Here, I'm declaring a variable to store the Excel file path. My variable name is data file. It is our Excel file location. I'm declaring one more variable, data sheet. It is our sheet name. We have to access the data available in this sheet. Admin login, valid data is the sheet name. Now, I want to test admin login using the input data present in the sheet. This time 3 records available. Maybe next time you may add some more data. All records available in the sheet I want to consider for test execution. So what do you want me to do first?
For loop.
If I want to construct a loop, first I should know how many rows are available. If I want to create a loop to run the same code for multiple iteration, first I should know how many samples are available in the sheet. Then only accordingly we can able to construct a loop. So in the Excel utils class, we created a method getRowCount to count the number of rows available in the given sheet of the given file. Why to write the code again? Workbook object, file input stream not required. Directly I can make use of the Excel utils class method getRowCount. Here I am declaring a variable, say for example row count. This row count equal to Excel utils dot get row count. It needs the Excel file location. In my code, there is a variable called data file that contains the Excel file location. It needs the sheet name. In our code, there is a variable that contains the sheet name called data sheet. Hope you understand why I declared these two variables. Rather than giving the file path sheet name every time in every method, I can substitute these variables. We need to add an exception, IY exception. Now your code will count the number of samples available in the admin login valid data sheet. Now I can have a loop here. Int I equal to actually getRowCount method will return in the scenario 3. 1, 2, 3. I equal to 1. I less than or equal to row count I plus plus. Right. First what I will do, I'll take this data into some variable, user ID. I'll take the password into some other variable. The user ID equal to, I want to read the data available in this Excel sheet cell, string data available here. Yesterday already we created a method in the Excel utils class to read the string data available. Get string cell data. This is a method we have created yesterday in the Excel utils class to read the string data available. We created a method getString cell data which read the data available in the Excel sheet cell. If any data available, data will be taken. If no data available, no exception, empty will be returned. This method I am calling here. It needs Excel file location. The variable data file contain Excel file location. Excel sheet name. The variable data sheet contain the Excel sheet name. Row number I, column number 0. 0th column contains the user ID value. The 0th column contains the user ID value. Password equal to, I'm reading the data present in the next column. What next? Finally, your code able to fetch the data available in the Excel sheet. What next? Why return?
Login.
We have to call the login function by supplying the username value and password value what we are accessing from the Excel sheet. It is just entering a username, password and click login button. This function not testing anything, not returning any value. We are supplying the valid data of admin, call the login. What is expected? Admin module to be displayed. It returns a Boolean value true or false. If displayed, I'll update the results path, show in green color. If not displayed, admin module, I'll update the results as fail and show in red color. So what do you want me to do here? At first, I'm creating an object for the login page class in order to call that login function. They are not angular brackets. Angular brackets meaning that less than and greater than symbols. They are called parentheses, open parentheses and closing parentheses. Okay. This is also
Pushpa.
Flower brackets, sir. Curly braces.
very good. Curly braces or flower brackets, open and closing parentheses, less than and greater than symbol is called angular brackets. Who is Pushpa? I'll call the login now. lp.login. Whatever the data we are reading from the Excel sheet, user ID, password, we supply here. You know, login function just giving a username, password, and click submit, not validating anything. In order to verify admin module displayed or not, we developed one more function. Is admin module displayed? I am calling it. This function checking admin module displayed or not. If really displayed, returning a Boolean value true, otherwise false. This function return value I am keeping in a variable called res. It's clear, right? We are calling the login function. It is just entering a username, password, and clicking submit button, login button. We are supplying valid credentials of the admin, expected admin module to be displayed. The function is admin module displayed, verifying admin link is present in the page or not. If present, true. If not present, false. This function I am calling, the function return value I am keeping in a local variable called res. Res will have either true or false. What is expected here? True. Expected true. Actual I do not know. Maybe res may have either true or false. If really admin module displayed, true. If not displayed, false. Yes.
Assert true. Assert dot.
Perfect. Assert dot. Assert true the res value. TestNG compare the expected and actual, produce the appropriate test results. It generates the HTML report. Pass or fail will be displayed in the HTML report. I want to update the results in the Excel sheet also. If res, meaning if true. Here res is a Boolean variable, will have either true or false. If true, I want to update the results pass here. Tell me.
Xutil.
In the Excel utils class, yesterday we created a method, set cell data, to write the data into Excel sheet cells. Excel file, data file, Excel sheet, data sheet, row number, what is the column number?
2, sir.
0, 1, 2. In the second column, we'll update the results, pass. This pass I want to show in green color. In the Excel utils, yesterday we created a method, fill green color, data file, data sheet, row number I, column number 2. Else, if really admin module not displayed, res will have false. Else, I want to update the results as fail.
Fail.
The same column I want to update the results fail, and I want to show in red color. Done.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, in place of pass or fail, can we use RES?
What is the value of RES?
Oh, true only, sir.
True. You wanted results as true or false or pass or fail.
Pass or fail.
Here you want to update results like this. We have to update pass here. Right. Now, if really admin module displayed, after updating the results pass, if admin module displayed, I want to even call the logout function. When logout, then only second iteration will continue, correct? Logout execute the second iteration. By default, you know, close application will run because after the test will run. It is done. You must close this Excel file because your code performing a write operation on the file. There are 3 combinations of valid inputs available. Let me run this test case now. First combination, second combination, Geetika, last combination. One moment. Maybe I given the wrong password, I think. Here the precondition, the sheet must contain only valid data. Let me log in manually.
I think Gitika has passed. After that, it has taken empty cell value. So in test data, I think we have to delete one row.
Perfect. Yes. You understand what she said? Here there is a empty row. Geetika also executed. Next time it supplied a empty username and empty password because here, actually I created a row yesterday. But there is no data in the row. Here get row count will consider the lastly created row, correct? Get last row number is considering this row also because already this row created. Later I remove the data. It is reading empty value. Actually we get null point exception. Because of our code try catch, it is reading the empty value. Only the problem is there is a row with empty here. Now I deleted it. Let me run this again. First iteration, second iteration, the last iteration done. Previously there is a empty row, null data is supplied. So now it is your test-ng generated output. We are even updating the results in the same Excel file. We are updating the results here, pass and showing in green color. Hope you understood the first one, right? You understood this code, right? The same way, let me implement the second test case, checking admin login with invalid credentials. Admin login test with invalid data. Same procedure. This I'm configuring using same process at the rate test annotation. This extends up utils. When I run this code now, this will open and close the browser. First before test will run, then after test will run. There is no code inside the test method. So let us build the required code here. Yes, you remember? We are going to call various Excel utils class method, get row count, get string cell data or set cell data. While calling all the methods, we have to supply the Excel file location, Excel sheet name. Rather than supplying the lengthy Excel file path every time, better I store the data in some variable like data file. You need to store the location of the Excel file here. This Excel file contains my data. I'm declaring one more variable here to store the sheet name, data sheet. In the second sheet, I have the data. Admin login invalid data is my sheet name. Then, first we need to count the number of samples, rows available in the sheet. I declared a variable row count. This row count equal to Excel utils dot get row count data file data sheet. Then we need to have a loop to run the test case for multiple iterations. Zeroth row contain the headings, labels. I'm skipping the zeroth row. Row count I++. I need to read the data present in the sheet, user ID value, password value. To store the user ID value, password value here, I'm declaring two variables, UID and PWD. The data present in the Excel sheet I'm accessing into these variables. Data file, data sheet, row number, column number 0. The password value also I'm taking into the same variable, another variable, PWD, data present in the next column. We need to add the typo exception. We are accessing the data. Now, we have to call the login function. In order to call the login function present in the login page class, I am creating an object for this class. We are calling the login function. We are supplying invalid data. When invalid data is supplied, what is expected?
Error message should be displayed.
Already we made a function to check relevant error message displayed or not. In the entire error message somewhere invalid available, I want to make my test pass. The function verifying appropriate error message displayed or not. If displayed true, otherwise false. This function we have to call here. The function return value I am keeping in the variable RES. Here the expected true error message to be displayed, I am inserting the assertion. We are implementing the assertion here. If the RES value true, I want to update the results in Excel sheet as pass. If the RES value true, I want to update the results pass and show in green color. Same logic. The Excel file, Excel sheet, row number, column number 012. The data I want to post there, pass. A pass I want to show in green color. Data file, data sheet, row number and column number. Otherwise, I want to post results as fail. Fail I want to show in red color. Data file, data sheet, row number and column number. Do we have to call logout here? Do we need to call logout?
Not required.
No,
Yeah,
sir.
checking with wrong values. No, done. We should not call logout here. Done. Close application will automatically run. Let us execute this second test case. For all combinations, we got the invalid data. We got the relevant message. You observed it, right? I'm running it again. There are 3 combinations of invalid inputs. Correct username, wrong password, wrong username, correct password, wrong username, wrong password, done. 3 iterations are executed. See the output now. Results updated pass. So we have created 2 test cases. One to check login with valid data. Other test case to verify login with invalid data. So today your code made easy because of launch application code we have not implemented. Already we have the method launch app. Close application code we have not implemented. Already the method available called close app. Very quickly we are able to build the code today because of the app utils class available, library classes available, Excel utils class available. If none of these available, it takes a lot of time to build the code again. Launch app, close app, we have not built any code. Already the classes are available, methods are available. Login function, each admin module displayed, each error message displayed already available. Excel, to read data from Excel, to write data into Excel, already Excel utils class created. So by using some common utility classes, app utils, Excel utils, by using library classes, we have implemented the test cases today. You please observe at your test case level, there is no business logic like divide or find element. By calling utility class function, by calling library class function, we are driving the test execution. Clear about this. Says tomorrow in RNHRM application, login button change it to submit, login button change it to sign in. Only I have to go to the library class, login function, one line only I have to change. In the next version of the RNHRM project, login button updated to submit. Only this line of code I have to change. That's it. I don't need to touch any remaining thing. Because at your test case level, don't have elements information, you don't have any driver information. We created some reusable components. By using the reusable components, we have implemented the test cases. The 2 test cases we have created today. Hope till now it's understood, right? Is online team understood till now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now we group these 2 test cases into the suite. Let us build the suite by grouping these 2 test cases. You remember building a suite? You remember building a suite? Let us build the suite. You tell me so that I'll write the code. I want to group these 2 test cases into the suite. I want to build a test suite to group all these 2 test cases.
So we have
Yes.
to create a file.
First, we need to
To
create
create
files.
stg.xml file,
XML file.
suite.xml. Where?
Or right
The orange HRM
Yeah.
data driven.
At project level, correct?
Yes.
Will you tell me the navigation how to create a suite file here?
Right click,
Right click,
new.
Select the files.
then delete.
No, sir, new.
New
File.
file.
Yes, sir.
Give a file name. Give some file name.
Stringy.xml.
Orange HRM test
Some meaningful name. RNHRM
test suite. Test suite.
data driven.
.xml.
Data driven.
.xml.
I'm giving just a name, meaningful name. Data driven suite dot XML. Oh. Well. Yes. Tell me.
Suite, sir.
Shoot.
Suite.
Name.
Name equal to. Give some meaningful name. Actually, it is just printed in the results. It is just a logical name, not any technical resource name. Whatever the name you have given, that gets printed in the results. Something like this. Inside the suite,
Test.
Test.
test. For test also, we have to give a name. It is also logical name, not any technical artifact name. Admin login test case with valid data.
Classes.
Classes. Inside the classes, class
Class.
location.
Class path.
Class path. Package name dot class name. I am copying the package name first. Dot. Copy the class name. Put here. One test case put in the suite. The same way we need to append second test case. Inside the test, classes. Inside the classes, the class path. Package name. A test case class name. We have two test cases here now. Before I run, I remove the results. Let me run the suit now. Launch app, close app configured with before the test and after the test. Launch the application. It's executing test case 1 with valid data. Close the application. Again launch application. Before test we have used, after test we have used. Done. Now, what I can do now is of launching application before running every test case, is of closing application after running every test case. I want to control in this way. Launch the application first. Launch the application. Run all test case in the suite. Finally close the application. So, before the suite and after suite. Same again I am running. After running all test cases, 2 test cases, lastly application will be closed. Lastly application will be closed. It is our console output. We are getting some small recommendation here. In the XML file, it is suggesting add this line. Not mandatory, it is just suggesting. Otherwise, test engine may fail or not work as expected. As it is suggesting, let us copy this. In the suite file, you have to add on the top of the page. Actually, it's a comment section only. See, now you are not getting that warning in the console. Finally, same you will get. It's just a comment section only. It is a console output. It is a test engine generated output. Admin login test with valid data. Admin login test with invalid data. 2 test cases are passed. Also, we are posting the results in the Excel sheet also. It's your Excel output. Admin login validator, admin login invalidator. So this way of developing automation script for one project can be called data-driven framework. Hope you're clear about this. So online team, please confirm, understood the data-driven framework? I implemented for two, login with validator, login with invalidator. You can give it a try. You can add few more scenarios to the same suit. Check employee registration with validator, multiple combination. Check user registration with multiple inputs. The remaining you can try. The procedure would be the same. Same procedure. Two test cases I have implemented and I grouped it. You can add one more, employee registration with validator, user registration with validator. After developing independent test cases, you need to append these test cases at the end of the suit. So this way of developing automation script for a project is called data-driven testing or data-driven framework. Online team, please confirm it's clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Still, if you have any questions on this entire topic, Apache Py, Excel utils, and these data-driven testing, I conclude. Then we go with the next topic, hybrid framework. So Apache Py is a Java API used to work with Microsoft Excel sheets. Apache Py supports both the old version of the Excel, also new version of the Excel. Here PY stands for Poor Obfuscation and Implementation. It supports old version and also new versions. HSSF, Horrible Spreadsheet Format, to work with the old version of the Excel. XSF, XML, Extended Spreadsheet Format. XML spreadsheet format, you can also say extended spreadsheet format. Mostly people call it as XML spreadsheet format. Used to work with the current new version of the Excel. Workbook, sheet, row, cell style are the interfaces available in this Apache Py. HSSF workbook, XSF workbook are the classes belongs to the superclass workbook. Similarly, HSSF sheet, XSF sheet belongs to sheet interface. HSSF row, XSF row belongs to row interface. HSSF cell, XSF cell belongs to cell interface. HSSF cell style, XSF cell style belongs to cell style interface. These classes provided some methods to count the number of rows in a sheet. To count the number of rows in a sheet, XSF sheet class provide a method because rows present in a sheet. Sheet class provide a method get last row num. To count the number of columns, row class provide a method get last cell num. To read the data from a cell, guessing cell data. No, our method is data. Actually, the method available in the cell class is guessing cell value, get numeric cell value, get Boolean cell value. To write the data, set cell value. To fill the colors, in the cell style class, we have some methods. Set fill foreground color, set fill pattern. So using all these functions, we have created Excel utils class, then we have implemented some test cases. After developing the independent test cases, we need to group them into a suite so that when I run the suite, all test cases will run one after another. So take the next one, hybrid framework. Hybrid framework. Hybrid framework. What is the meaning of hybrid? Generally, what is the meaning of hybrid?
Combination.
Combination of? Here combination of?
Data-driven
One or
and
more frameworks.
modularity.
First, we have implemented modularity framework. Later, we have learned and implemented data-driven testing, data-driven framework. Listen. In my project, there are about 100 scenarios to be validated. Totally 100 scenarios to be tested, validated. First, my question to you, Do you need to verify every functionality in a project with multiple combinations of inputs? Every feature need to be tested with multiple inputs? That is my question.
No, sir.
No. Okay, I agree with you. No. Then you answer this. What kind of scenarios we have to test with multiple inputs? Explain in a generic way, not login data, money transfer. Conceptual way. What kind of features to be tested with multiple inputs?
Sir, whenever we want to test role-based testing, whenever we want to perform role-based testing,
Role-based meaning?
for example, admin role, employee role.
Okay, you are saying role-based testing. Other person saying, sir, in a money transfer functionality, based on amount transfer, there are varying service charges. So money transfer also need to be tested with multiple inputs, correct? There are different amounts can be transferred. Based on amount you transfer, there are varying service charges. Definitely these features also you have to test with multiple inputs. Conceptual wise. Based on the input data, expected behavior of the system is changing. Different inputs, different expected behavior of the system. Same functionality, based on the input value, expected output is varying. Definitely you need to test the functionalities with multiple inputs. For any input you give, expected output is same, any one is enough. I repeat, let us say we have a money transfer functionality. Whatever the amount you transfer, there are no service charges. For example, whatever the amount you transfer, there are no service charges. Or whatever the amount you transfer, service charges are fixed, only 10 rupees. In this scenario, do you need to test money transfer with multiple inputs?
No, sir. In this scenario,
No,
we
no,
need
sir.
not
In
required.
this scenario, not required. No service charges. Any amount you transfer, service charges are same. Meaning, inside your programmer logic is same. For any input, same logic is running. Because fixed service charges. No need to test the same logic again and again. Exhaustive testing is not required. Multiple inputs are not required. One input is enough. Any one input, preferably middle one. You remember long ago we discussed this topic? Try to recollect.
Yes, sir.
In manual testing
That's
concept.
partitioning,
ACP
sir.
and AVP.
Equivalence class partitioning and boundary value analysis. They are actually used to make the test data, correct? Any input giving the same output. No need to test with all. Any one is enough, preferably middle one. Now in my application, totally let us say there are about 100 features. In these 100 features, 50 functionalities out of 100, 50 features, any input I give, output is same. Do you need to implement data-driven test cases for the first 50? Totally 100 features in my product. Say out of 150 functionalities, any input you give, output is same. My question, do you need to test these first 50 functionalities with multiple inputs?
No need, sir.
No need.
No, sir.
Meaning, data-driven testing not required for the first 50 scenarios. The other 50 functionalities, say, based on the input, output is varying. Expected behavior of the system is varying. Definitely second 50 functionalities you need to test with multiple inputs. Okay. First 50 I no need to test with multiple inputs. But at least you have to supply one combination of input, correct? Not multiple combination, one combination we have to supply to test. To supply one combination, do you prepare the data belongs to first 50 in Excel files?
No, sir.
No, sir.
First 50 functionalities, I want to test with only one combination of input. For the first 50 features, are you going to manage the test data in Excel file?
No, sir.
No.
No,
Where you
sir.
maintain?
Suit.
In the suite, test ng parameters. Test ng parameters, correct? Okay. Meaning, for the first 50 scenarios, I'm going to implement modularity framework. Next 50, I want to test with multiple sets of inputs. So I have to implement data-driven test cases.
Data-driven.
Together, First 50 modularity approach, second 50 data-driven testing approach. Let's say now I am the manager. Some programs data available in XML file, some automation test cases data available in Excel sheet. First 50 output is produced in a different way. Second 50 test case output I am getting in another format, in Excel sheet, confused. Why to have two approaches for the same project? Why to have two approaches for one project? Some test cases output is different, some test case output is different. Some test case input available in XML file, some test case input available in the Excel file. No. There's a lot of confusion. Why can't we merge all together? Have one approach for the whole project. Let us have only one approach for the same project. Why to have two approaches for one project? Some data-driven testing, some modularity. No, let us club together. Hybrid framework. Either one combination or multiple combination, and that too in a easy, understandable manner. And other problem here in the modularity. 100 test case available in the XML file. 100 automation test cases you group into one suite, XML file. Whenever you run the XML file, what is happening? All 100 are running one by one. Okay. Let us think in a very practical way. Today you receive the modified build from the development team. In every modified version, do we test every functionality?
No, sir.
In every modified build, do we perform 100% full regression? 100% full regression meaning everything again. Testing all again. That is called 100% full regression, the word. Do we perform 100% full regression on every modified version? No, because this time money changes made to money transfer. This time some changes made to money transfer, second version, next version created. Regression testing scenarios meaning only functionalities belongs to money transfer. Next time changes made to online bills payment, not to money transfer. Next time some modifications made to online bills payment. So now you need to test online bills payment, its connected functionalities, not remaining. Meaning, in reality, in every modified version, we are not going to execute all test cases again and again, correct? Only modified areas, their connected areas, test cases we have to execute. So, every time we are not going to perform 100% full regression. Every time we are not going to run all test cases in the suite. But your suite has all 100 test cases. Now, out of 100, I want to run only 40, not all 100. What to do? In my suite, there are about 100 test cases. Today, I received the modified version. I do not want to run all. I want to run only few, not all. What I have to do? One option, again, I have to create a new suite with only required test cases. Again, I have to build one more suite with these 20 or 30, whatever I needed. Or I need to comment unwanted test case in the existing suite. I have to comment unwanted test case in the suite. 100 test cases are available in the suite. 40 I want to run, not in the first 40, not last 40, not middle 40. Somewhere available. Understand? Not the first 40, not last 40. Maybe second test case, 8th test case, 14th test case. Like this I want to run. Commenting also, lots of confusion and confusion. Okay. If you want to go for comment section. A person who involved in the same project has a clarity about the technical code, correct? Not the other team member. Meaning, not only for test case development, automation test development, for test execution phase also. In test execution phase also, I need to put a Selenium experience resource. For test development, automation script development, no way, you need to have a Selenium skilled person. If I am maintaining the test case in my XML file, 100 test cases are available. Whenever a modified version given, something to be commented, something to be newly created, again I need a Selenium skilled person to do all this rework. To do all this rework, again I need to have a person who has the knowledge about the Selenium and technicals to comment or to add or whatever it may be. Putting a Selenium skilled person, experienced person in the test execution phase, increase my budget. How? How? Experienced person pay will be more salary. What is your pay? What is your salary? 3.2 working. What is your salary? $25. Yellow tea. Lakhs or thousands? 25,000? $3.5 lakh, 3 years of experienced person? You are experienced person, right? So what is your drawing salary now? 8 lakhs. Okay. Paying 8 lakhs of salary, using this person for clicking run button in the execution phase is correct? Understand what I'm saying? Already scripts are created. You are getting a modified version today. You only need to run the test cases. But all test cases available in a XML file. I do not want to run everything. I need to modify the XML file. Again, you need a Selenium skilled person here. Utilizing a senior person for execution phase is wrong resource management. Budget increases. A fresher guided for 1 or 2 days, this is how you have to run automation test. You are not preparing, only you are running. A beginner will be trained. A KT is given. Here is the code. This is the XML file. This is how you have to run. You get the output. A small KT will be given. I can make use of the beginner, a fresher to execute the test cases. But the fresher do not know how to modify the things every time. Only the Selenium senior person know. If I really go with this framework, I need to maintain Selenium skilled resources in execution phase also. Not only in development, in execution phase also. So alternatively, the management decision will be, let us go for hybrid implementation. In hybrid implementation, all test cases are maintained in an Excel sheet. Test cases, test data, no XML file concept. No XML file concept. We'll show you. All test cases belongs to this project. Your project will be maintained in an Excel file. Check admin login, check employee registration, user registration, employee login. Corresponding data also maintained in the Excel sheet. You can have only one combination of data. You can also have multiple combinations of data. You can have one combination of data. You can also maintain multiple combinations of the data here. This Excel file, I'll build a program in such a way that whatever the test cases selected to run, only run those test cases using the input data, update the step result, finally update the test case result. When all steps pass, update test case summary pass. When any one of the steps fail, update test case summary has failed. I build the code in this way. You please observe, it is looking like your manual test case template, right? Test case number, test case description, step number, step description, input data, step result, test case result. In manual testing, we run the steps manually, correct? Here I'll make Selenium to run all these steps automatically using this input data. Execute the test steps using this input data, update the step result, finally update the test case result. For every test case, I given an option to the user. You want to execute this test case or not in the given modified build. Today I received the modified build. I want to test only admin login, not remaining. No, no, no. I'm not touching the code. I don't touch the code. The code created in such a way that It filter only what are the test cases selected to run and run. Remaining will not run. Tomorrow I want to run only first two test cases, not remaining. I put Y here. Now my code will run the first two test cases. Really, I want to run everything. I put Y for everything. My same code, I don't modify the code every time. Same code will run all the test cases. Which one is easy? Updating XML file every time, simply selecting what you want to run in the Excel sheet. Ease of management point of view, ease of management, usability point of view, without having the knowledge about the technicals. A person who do not know anything about Java, a person who do not know anything about the Selenium can run automation test cases from the Excel sheet. In the Excel sheet, you are deciding what are the test cases you want to rerun. In the Excel sheet, you are updating the sample data, either one combination or more combination. Only you click run button, remaining your course will take care of. The person who do not have any technical knowledge about our Selenium code will able to run whatever the test cases they want to run in the modified version. After running, the results will be posted back into the same Excel. So a person, a beginner, a fresher can be given a small KT. I can use the fresher to run automation test cases. Even client or subject matter experts also can easily understand because we have documented in an Excel sheet. From the Excel sheet, we are running automation test cases, not from the Eclipse. This is called hybrid framework. Modularity approach, data-driven approach. There's one more approach called keyword-driven testing. All approaches are put together. A new hybrid framework is introduced. For today, you just take a definition. Hybrid framework. It is a combination of modularity, it's a combination of modularity, data-driven, and keyword-driven framework. Keyword-driven framework. It is a combination of modularity, data-driven, and keyword-driven framework. We'll talk about what is keyword-driven testing while implementation. The keywords will drive the test execution using this data. Modularity approach, data-driven approach, keyword-driven testing, put together a new customized approach is introduced called hybrid framework. The technical skills you need to implement hybrid framework is knowledge about the Java, Selenium, TestNG, and Apache Poi. Java, Selenium knowledge, Apache Poi, and TestNG. These skills are essential to develop hybrid framework. So the next class will implement the hybrid framework. Okay, right. So data-driven testing is clear, right? See, again I'm repeating, the beginners, you focus up to TestNG framework. If time available, you go with the data-driven testing also. The experienced persons, you need to have till the last class knowledge. See, as it is a training, here I am trying to focus on A to Z in the Selenium. But A to Z is not required for the freshers. If you have A to Z knowledge, it is well and good. If really in my class, if all audience are freshers, in this batch, everybody is a fresher, no experience giving people available. I'll stop my Selenium training with the TestNG framework. After implementing modularity framework, Selenium training is over. You see, generally, most of the institution curriculum, you will see up to TestNG only. You just check out. Up to TestNG only they teach, that is Selenium training. But here we know importance of the remaining concepts are required for the people who are planning for experience. Data-driven, hybrid, and Cucumber. Knowledge about the Maven, Jenkins, GitHub also. So I'm covering this. But at maybe a fresher level you feel it's a very exhaustive subject, not required. Just you listen the remaining topics. But your focus should be up to TestNG framework. Remaining, though you said to the interviewer, I do not know about Apache Pie, I do not know about Cucumber. First of all, the interviewer will ask you about, do not be ask you about Apache Pie and Cucumber if you are a fresher. If you are giving experience, definitely they will focus on Apache Pie and Cucumber also today. So as this class is a combination of both freshers and experience giving people, so I am covering everything. Hope you understood it. Okay? So your focus should be up to SELENIUM framework. Your focus should be up to the last class Jenkins. Okay? Right. So happy Ugadi, happy New Year. We'll continue on Monday. Okay?
Happy
Tomorrow
Ugadi,
is-
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Happy
Happy
Ugadi.
Ugadi, sir.
Our next class will be on Monday.
Thank you,
Okay?
sir. Happy Ugadi.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll upload
Thank
this
you,
course
sir.
to
Happy
our
Ugadi.
element. Thank you, ma. So you have a good amount of time. Try to practice this TestNG framework and data-driven framework. Two frameworks, TestNG and data-driven. Complete. You have good time. So firstly, we start hybrid framework from the Monday. So my hybrid framework. After completion of the hybrid framework, I'll teach you the Cucumber and Cucumber BDD framework. Okay? Right. Thank